great night, and this is such an amazing event. So thank you, Corin and storytellers and everyone. This has just been phenomenal. And what's been amazing as I've been listening is I hear so much as everyone has talked about the name, a name of someone, where it came from, and there's such a big connection there. So to pick you back up where my story left off, I am now delivered December 3rd, 1970-ish. My mom and dad are on the telephone, and she says, "What do we name her?" He says, "Of course, Tracie." And the story is that prior to my parents' meeting, right before my parents' meeting, my dad had a dream. And in his dream, it was a very real dream. And in my culture, we talk a lot about dreams. And if a dream is in black and white, it's something in the past. And if it's in color, it's in the present or in the future. And it's whether you are watching the dream or in the dream. And in this dream specifically, my dad is walking and he sees a little girl. And she begins to take shape and she begins to take image. And she comes before him and she says, "My name is Tracie. I will be your daughter. I am joining your family. You need to be ready and prepared to receive me." Within the next week, he meets my mom. And then the rest is history, and here I came. So that story has been such a powerful part of my life because it really set up who I was meant to be in this life. And in my culture, oftentimes we don't believe in naming children before they're born. We believe that you have to know that child as it's entered this world and who it becomes. You have to see its expressions and see how it reacts to you and responds to you, and that's where that name comes from. And so, forever, for whatever reason, me being me, I came into this world determining this is how it's going to go, and I'm not giving you a chance, and this is who I am. And I came into this world with a very, very big bang. So, fast forward. In my culture, we believe that you have sometimes a given name. Sometimes you have names that you earn. So in this life, I have earned 3 names. And when I was 18 years old, as you can probably expect, I was very much an independent, fierce young kid. I knew everything. And I was 18 years old. I had just been accepted to the University of Oklahoma. Go Sooners. And I am at my ceremonial ground. My ceremonial ground is my favorite place to be in the entire world because it is the one place that I feel the safest in this entire life. I grew up 10 schools, K through 12, from coast to coast, and this was the one place that I was always the most grounded and the most rooted. At my ceremonial ground, women and men have different roles, and we believe that there's a balance in life where men may speak in some places and women are allowed to speak in others. But one is not over the other. They both have their role. Well, on the ceremonial ground where we dance, women don't speak. Women don't sing. We shake shells. We set the rhythm for men. And then we run the camps. We run where everything happens. So in between our main dances, between our main dance and our closing dance, we open it up to the kids, and that's how we teach and pass on our songs and our dances. Well, I'm 18, and I know everything, and I've just been accepted to OU, and I am just, We're at the ground, and it's the middle of the week, and an elder comes forward, and he says to all the kids, he's speaking, and we're all lined up. The men are on this side, the women are on this side. Our people, I'm going to teach you this dance. This dance, our Yucha people, we call it sheep dance. But our Creek brothers, they call it double header. So I'm going to teach you all this double header dance. Nope, immediately. If we're Yucha ground, shouldn't you be teaching these kids that this is sheep dance? I couldn't crawl inside of myself fast enough. I am just cringing. And I'm like, oh, what did I just do? Immediately that night, I get back to my camp. Every male relative of mine who has authority over me comes to me. Bam, bam, bam. You know better than this. You were raised better than this. That is not your place to speak. My uncle, my dad's older brother, comes to me and says, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. You were designed to listen more than you were to talk. There's a time in your life that it'll be your time to speak up. This is not that time. You need to sit back and watch and learn and listen. Okay, uncle. So I'm at my camp where women, we prepare the food, we take care of all of our guests, we make sure everything is taken care of. And this is very much not a diminished role, because we believe that without food and the way women prepare food, men would not be strong. All of our dreams and our thoughts and our prayers go into that food, and so we can make people sick with our food. So as a young girl, your job is to prepare the food, to take care of the dishes, and to learn how to honor people. Well, here come the young boys who every night that we dance, they have to go to each camp and they say, the next round, we're gonna dance. Are you gonna dance? So they come by. Second round, are you gonna dance? Are you guys gonna do my dishes? You get back here and do this stuff and then I'll go dance. It's not how it works, I promise you. And so that summer, they kept coming to me and they would ask me, how do I lead out of the fire? How do I do this? And I, of course, thought I knew it all. Well, apparently they decided I deserved a name. So they came by and I said, are you gonna do my dishes? They said, okay, Queen. Queen? Okay, Yucha Queen, you think you know it all. Okay, Yucha Queen. And I'm like, I like that name, right? This is pretty cool. I got elevated here. And so that whole rest of that summer, I kept hearing it, Yucha Queen, Yucha Queen. And it was meant to put me in my place. Well, I started OU. I went to college, first person in my college, as I am the first generation of my family to not have been forcibly removed and placed in a government boarding school. I am at college, all by myself, not really knowing what I'm doing. And email is brand new. Yay, we get these emails, whatever this means, electronic mail. And my email, of course, is tracie.m.revis@ou.edu. But we have aliases. What do I want my alias to be? Yucha Queen at ou.edu, of course. And so I just kept talking about that. And I kind of gained a reputation around my peers at OU. And it just kind of stuck. And I was so proud of that. And every summer I would come home. What's up, Queen? Hey, Yucha Queen. All my relatives. Yucha Queen, what's up? I really like this. And why? My aunt, when I actually am a former princess title holder within my community, and when I was learning my greetings in my language, my aunt came to me and said, this is how you're going to do your greeting. And she said, the first thing you say to anyone, Dijuha went a Keda. I'm a Yuchi woman. Your role in this life is you are a Yuchi woman first. Everything else comes after that. But this is who you are. So I'm like, okay, I'm a Yuchi woman. I'll be Yucha Queen. This is great. I love it. So that was something that really stuck with me and really shaped a part of my life and helped serve me when I was down. And I served in a lot of really amazing roles in my life to serve my community. But then I got to a point in my Yuchi community, which I love very, very dearly, and I was just burnt out. I couldn't deal with it anymore. I was tired of being the person to fight, to always fight. And when you come from some minority communities, there's a lot. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. That when you are the first that make these certain steps in your life, that you're expected to do so much. And I was so tired. So I left. I left my ceremonies. I left my culture. I'm forever going to be Yuchi. I'm forever connected to this ground. I'll always come home. This is home. I need to see what it's like to not be identified as this person. So I left. Fast forward, 40-something. I'm living in Southern California. I live on the beach. I have an amazing life that I ride my bike every weekend. I have amazing friends, and I am loving my life. And I get a call. Principal Chief David Hill, the current chief of the nation. Hey, Trace. You ready to come home yet? No, Chief, I'm not. I live at the beach. Nope, I'm sorry. A couple weeks later, Trace, you ready to come home? No, sir, not yet. I love my life. Trace, I'm really looking for someone to serve in this role. I need a chief of staff. We have some political turmoil that's going on, and I need somebody who understands me and knows that cultural side and knows what I want to do. I'm sorry, Chief. Calls me again. Are you ready to come home? I'll pray about it. Call him back. Chief, if ever I was going to serve, this is the time that I would serve. We just had a major Supreme Court ruling. I respect this man to the nth degree, and if ever an administration I would serve under yours. You can put my name in. We'll see what happens. But it's not a shoo-in, because even though I was serving as, it was up for chief of staff, I have to go through a confirmation through the entire tribal council. So I'm out one Saturday afternoon enjoying my amazing California life. I am at a incredible Japanese steakhouse in Huntington Beach, California, Gugaku. And I am just enjoying life that Saturday, and I get a call. I look down, Lester Revis. I run outside. Hello? Tracie, this is your uncle. This is your Uncle Lester. Yes, Uncle Lester, I know. I can read the phone. Yes. Trace, I had a dream, and I have your Yuchi name. Oh, okay. In my dream, I was talking to Maxine. Maxine is our last living first language speaker of the Yuchi language. I'm talking to her in Yuchi, and she says, who is Sahesafani? It's Tracie. Who is Osioani? It's Tamara. Trace, I have your name. When you come home, we need to do your naming. Okay. What your name means, she stands upright. She doesn't falter. She stands. She doesn't waver. She stands strong. Uncle, what you don't know is I have just been contacted by Chief Hill to come home and ask to put my name in to serve as chief of staff. I am considering coming home. Okay, well, whenever you come home, we'll do your naming. All right. My name goes forward, and I'm confirmed as the first female chief of staff. I return home, and I'm serving under the administration. Thank you. It is a very tough job when you serve at a nation for a tribe. Besides serving as chief of staff, I served as several other roles immediately because, again, heavy is the head that wears the crown. When you're in those roles, I served as acting secretary of housing, acting tribal administrator, chief of staff, and then anything else that needed to happen at the nation. But it comes to summer, I'm home, and it's our ceremonies again. Every year we have our renewal, our ceremonies. And my uncle says, we haven't done your naming. Okay, but in order for us to do our naming, the way we do our naming is that we have to have an elder person, an elder woman needs to go and say my name, and they need to take it to all the directions. We've lost so many due to COVID. All of our elders are gone who know how to do this ceremony. My sister Melissa, who got the new shoes in the beginning of the story, is 9 months older than me. The other one being named is my sister Tamara, who's 11 months younger than me. We were the Revis girls growing up. When she's going to be home, she lives in California, and she's coming home for our green corn ceremony. So we said, Melissa, you have to do our namings. We have to do a double naming. Okay. So what we're going to do, the way we do namings, the way we give you your name, is that woman will take those beads. We take some white beads, and she takes them and she dips them into a body of water, and she speaks to that water. And she says, their name is. And she takes and she goes to all directions, telling that name all around so that all the elements and all of the spirits, everyone that's out there can hear that name. She comes back, she dips it back in the water. She does that round 4 times, and then she comes back as we face east, where the all life begins, where the sun rises. She puts those beads on and says, your name is Sahesafani. Agala saying, good morning, Sahesafani. We receive those names, and we wear those beads until those beads fall off. And once those beads have fallen off, we're forever named by that name. I receive those beads right before my ceremony. So we go into our green corn ceremonies. I'm at the ceremonial ground, and my beads fall off. Well, this is really, really significant because not only have I now received my name, it's been at my ceremonial ground where our fires came from these homelands here, and they're still there today. And what we do with beads whenever any of our relatives pass on, we take those white beads and we throw them into the fire, into one of the songs, and we say their names. And we say that so that all of those elders, wherever they are, can come home and dance. And so forever, I am connected to that fireplace. I'm forever Sahesafani, she who stands. And that is my story. Thank you.